Okay.
Everyone died, Brian.
Yeah, we're done. We're here.
Um, um, oh,
We're
sorry.
here. Hi. Hello. Welcome back. I want to say some other. Guten Tag. Ni hao, Masha. Konnichiwa. However, I'll keep going. I got more.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah, there you go. We are here, guys. These are pretty much, we are the members of the core guys that actually continue to read comics. And as always, guys, we are here to talk about WonderCon and the whole DC Rebirth. It was finally announced yesterday. Happy Easter for everybody once again. I mean that, or Happy Resurrection Day from some people that like to say that too.
And it's kind of ironic that we're talking about on Easter we're talking about DC Rebirth.
Yeah. I talked about it. I recorded some. I think I got to record it again, because I don't think it came out right. No, Jay did something with the Frontline last night. I was there.
Yep.
I watched.
Yep, and I also did my own video on my channel as well if you want to check
Great.
that out.
And we're here to just talk about the creative teams. I might go into a little rant with something, so I apologize for that. But we're just gonna go down the list, guys, and talk about the titles, and maybe we'll probably even go down, especially for myself, Jay, and Kyle, definitely what's going on in the poll and what's not going to be on the poll, definitely. So yeah, I have the entire list, and we're going to just go down this. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I think I'm going to just start from month to month, just what's going to be happening, and we'll just go from there. So bear with us, and here we go. Well, the first thing about this whole DC Rebirth, that was the biggest thing that most of us was like, what the hell is this? Like, they're rebranding the universe again after, you know, we kind of played this joke where, like, I looked at it now because after me and Kyle were talking one night about DC realized that 52 was a failure.
I mean, and then they kind of did. They openly admitted that in the beginning of the stream, which I was really
If you
surprised
watch
at.
the live stream, yeah, you could actually hear that Jim Lee actually said, or I think it was.
It was the deal, like the deal actually.
I ain't
like,
saying his
he,
name. His name. Yeah, he's the one I think that said it.
They said it. They basically said it without saying it.
Yeah, basically they said it without saying it, and basically we're getting a rebirth. Some things are gonna be intact. They're basically supposedly bringing back a lot of the originality, especially from pre-52 wise. One of the biggest things is also keeping the books at $2.99, which is a major plus. That's cool.
it saved our wallets.
Yeah, and also one of the big thing is having two of their oldest titles go back to the original numbering. So basically, what is really cool, and I like it, is the fact that we can clearly say these Detective Comics 1000 is coming in a couple of years.
Action's coming even sooner.
Yeah, even sooner. So stuff like that. And the creative teams, I like some of them, and I like where some of the characters are going. I like that some of the characters have gone back to their original look. I also like that some of the stuff is going to stay intact. For example, Superman is the biggest thing that I'm definitely a lot of excited about, because it's not New 52 Superman. It's Superman that we got in Lois and Clark. So I'm like, yeah, that's the Superman I like. So the big thing is they're going to do the special first. It comes out in May, which Jeff Johns is co-writing with Phil. A lot of artists like Gary Frank is going to be doing it. Phil just even Van Stryver, and of course Ivan Reyes. That's going to be like the major, like, one shot that's going to be shown, and that's great. We're gonna get a glimpse of what the rebirth is and what it means, what characters are here, and things like that. That's cool. So we're gonna I guess we'll start in June. We're gonna start in June with the titles, and we're gonna go on to Action Comics, which basically we find out that Dan Jurgens is going to continue to write Superman. I'm very happy about that. I think Mr. Jurgens does a very good job with Superman. And Tyler Kirkman is going to be doing the artwork, as well as Patrick Zurcher. And it's basically it's the Lois and Clark Superman in Metropolis now. He's out as Superman, and Lex Luthor is claiming to be Superman of Metropolis too, and he's in like an armored suit. They had like a picture of them fighting, and it gets really interesting there because we all know this Superman is pretty new Superman, so he doesn't trust Luthor. He has every right to not trust Luthor, and it's going to be interesting because they're saying that there's going to be a Superman and a different Clark. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is this going on? But Jan Jurgens writing it, I'm happy for. What about you guys? I'll start with Jay on that one.
All right. So I'm really excited for this book. I was joking around on the front line, and I was like, this is something my dad's wanted me to do for years, but I haven't done it. And I actually told him, I'm like, hey, Dad, I'm doing something that you always wanted me to do, but I never did. I'm actually going to buy Action Comics. Because my dad always tried to shove Superman in my face all the time, and I could never really get into Superman. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Dan Jurgens is an awesome writer, especially when it comes to Superman, and I've been loving Lois and Clark. Is Zurcher the guy who did Shadow Man's art for a while on Valiant? Was that him?
I believe that was him.
Okay, yeah, then I'm excited for the artwork as well. And the whole other Clark thing, I'm thinking that's just going to be another decoy so that they can kind of reestablish Superman's secret identity. I think this other Clark is going to be a fake out. Like Jay from Comic Frontline was saying about Lex, it kind of gives me a Norman Osborn type of vibe with his super suit. Reminds me of Iron Patriot a little bit. I think that's pretty cool.
Kyle, you want to go?
No offense to the character, I don't read a lot of Superman. I might pick this up just because I hear good things from you guys about Dan Jurgens on Lois and Clark. This will probably be where I'll pick up the first issue, and if I like it, I'll continue. But if I don't, I won't put it on my poll. That's kind of a wait. Like a lot of these super family titles, it's kind of a wait and see thing, and kind of a lot of these DC Rebirth titles, personally for me. But it looks good. I mean, I've heard, like I said, heard good things, so it's kind of a 50-50, or basically a we'll see at the moment for me. So I have no real opinion on it yet. So
okay. And speaking as for the out of the three of us, Brian, you're the one that's kind of in and out because there's not an outlet for you to kind of read or go and purchase the comics, but we still like to hear your opinion on it, so give your opinion, definitely.
Alright, reason why I'm out of comics is just mainly monetary reasons, and hopefully that'll change soon, and from the very intriguing plot, because they even said that this whole Clark thing is not what we think, so you never know. And the whole Lex thinking that he's Superman, but then our genuine Superman being like, no, that'll be really cool. And it just sounds like a really cool premise, and if I have the money, I'll at least check out the first issue.
I think the one of the biggest questions that's also being thrown out by just fans in general is, if this is the pre-52 Superman, the Superman that's from Lois and Clark, the series, where is the new 52 Superman?
That's actually a question we got in the comments.
What happens to him? You know what I'm saying? And it makes you wonder, like, will he just, okay, maybe I don't have to be Superman no more. I can be just a normal guy and maybe go off and be that Clayton dude that he called himself before.
Archie.
Yeah, I don't know, but it is what it is. For me, it's definitely because I am a Superman fan. Like I said, I have always respected Superman. I give him a lot of respect. Yes, he is the godfather of superpowered heroes. A lot of people say he's the godfather of heroes. No, there were heroes out before him. Superpowered, yes. And I've never really collected a lot of action comics. I was always just self-titled Superman. That was my thing. But being that this is, Jurgens is continuing writing, I'm like, okay, Jurgens has me already locked with Superman, and this is the Superman that I like, and if they're going to continue that, I'm fine with it. Also want to talk about his new look. I like his new look. I do say what you want about the practical underwear outside the costume, but I like that look. I always liked that look. But now that it's still practical, it's got the blue, it's got the S, and then of course the little. But now it's like almost fully blue at the bottom, and his boots are like blue along with like laces of red around it. It's fine. But I do miss the practical look for Superman. That's just me. I don't know about anybody else.
I'm glad the S is back on the back of the cape. That was something that I have always liked about the costume.
So after in June, once again in June, we have Aquaman Rebirth, and we're gonna just talk about Aquaman in general here. Dan Abnett is gonna continue to write him, and I've been a follower of Dan Abnett from his Marvel days, especially when he's writing Guardians of the Galaxy. I love his Guardians of the Galaxy. He's the one that's responsible for doing the Annihilation saga, everything that was going on.
One of the best Marvel events.
The big Marvel space event that is very underrated. And of course he did a great job with He-Man. After he finished He-Man, and of course now he's writing Hercules right now, and I'm loving what he's doing with Hercules.
That book is fantastic.
And him coming back on and continuing with Arthur Curry, the King of the Seven Seas, Aquaman is great. I'm just hoping that maybe, hopefully him and Mira are back together. I don't know, but the concept is basically he's going to be Brad Walker is going to be drawing with him, and Jesus Mireos and Phil Brinos. I hope I'm pronouncing their names right. Is definitely going to write the books, and like I said, the concept is that Arthur wants Atlantis to be a part of the world now, not like an independent state, like very much a part of the nation, part of the world. Something that I always thought that's something that Arthur has always tried to strive for Atlantis. Stop being hidden from the world, isolated from the world, and saying, screw the surface dwellers. They deal with their problems. If their problems come to us, then we'll get involved. I like that idea that Mr. Abnett is going with. I like that. But of course, there's going to be opposition, of course, and fear and things like that. That's good. This is a title definitely that will stay on my pull. I've continued to read Aquaman. I've always liked Aquaman. I've never been one that's been like pissing on him. I know he gets a lot of bad rap. Yes, Jeff Johns, I'll give Johns a lot of credit. He did make people look at him a lot different and say, yeah, he's not a joke of a character. But I was always liking Aquaman. I never looked at him as a joke. And I've said it before. It's like, if you want to blame the joke on why Aquaman gets bad press, you blame it on that awful the cartoon back in the 70s and in the 60s. If they had a legitimately branded Aquaman and put out his abilities right from the get-go, like this guy is super strong, his skin is super tough, he's got a technically a healing factor, because you can't really get through his skin because his skin is so tough for being in the depths of the sea. That would make your skin very tough. And
Also, he
you know,
controls 70% of the world.
yeah, and all I know, but all they focused on is he can control the marine life. That's it. And if they'd have focused more on that and just put everything out there, my opinion is Aquaman would have got a better rap instead of just,
Yeah.
oh, he's a joke of a character. He just talks to fish, you know. But other than that, yes, this is on my poll, guys. This is definitely gonna be. I'm gonna continue to read this with open eyes. I'm looking forward to reading what Abaddon said at the live events that Aquaman is going to take Mira to the
Yeah, the clam
clam
challenge.
challenge for the first time. I'm gonna love reading that. But yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna start with Kyle on this. This something you're interested in, you know, or you know, this is just another wait and see for you.
I would have said wait and see. Because I know I didn't read any of New 52 Aquaman. I know Jeff Johns did a great job, and then I think Colin Bunn took over. And
Jeff Parker was after Johns, and then Bunn.
Okay, because I know Bunn. I think I heard he rage quit the title because of reactions from fans, and then
He rage
Abaddon,
quit the title because of editorial.
Okay.
Editorial was all on his ass.
Well, that's not surprising because New 52 DC was awful, editorial wise. But just on the writer alone, I'm picking this up. If it gets bad, it gets bad. But I've never read Abnett stuff before except for his Hercules, and his Hercules is wonderful. I've never read that character either, except for like in Dan Slott's Mighty Avengers, and I thought he was cool there. But I love him in Dan Abnett's Hercules title that's going on for All New, All Different right now. So this is a pickup. I'm picking this up. He's a great writer, so yeah, I'll definitely pick up the first like 5 issues, and if it doesn't please me, we'll see. But yeah, definitely picking this up.
Yeah. Brian, I'll go next to you.
All right, similar view to Kyle. If I have the monetary resources, I'll pick up first issue because I haven't been reading comics, but I've been like chatting with these guys who have, and I've been Googling, and I've been trying to keep up like with the ideas and stuff, and I didn't like the fact that they kind of put a wedge between Arthur and Mira.
And you'll actually be writing Aquaman for our DC site,
Yep.
so this might be some good source material for you to work off of.
Yeah.
Also, considering the fact that, yeah, from the way that he was talking about the fact that it looks like they're going on a date, he's mending their relationship, but also on the cover or image that they released of the new Aquaman, on one side of him is Mira, but on the other is Garth.
Yeah.
The entire Aqua family is there. Well, except for Jackson.
So that was a big up for me, and of course the writer, because we know that he knows how to do characters who aren't the usual, and also characters who are like juggling different types of lives, like Star-Lord, who's got a human side and an alien side, and Nova.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it sounds like pretty good things, so I probably will be picking it up.
Okay, Jake.
So, I've always liked Aquaman. I said it last night. I've always like my friends like to call me an Aquaman hipster because it wasn't like because ever since when Jeff Johns first came on Aquaman, everybody started talking all the good stuff about Aquaman. And I was like, I was the person in the comic shop who always tried to defend Aquaman. So I've always liked him. I read through Jeff Johns' run. I loved Jeff Parker's run also, especially that issue where Arthur took Mira to his high school reunion. That was
that was that.
I loved that. Bunn. As much as I love Mr. Bunn, I feel like DC gave him the shaft. So I had dropped it during Bunn's run, but Abnett, there's nothing that Abnett's done that I haven't loved. Annihilation Wave is one of my favorite Marvel events. His Guardians of the Galaxy run was where I got into Guardians of the Galaxy because I wasn't into the run with like Charlie 3000 and Major Victory and all them, but I did get into the run with Star-Lord, Gamora, the Familiar Five. as Chris likes to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even started reading those He-Man books because Chris was telling me how good they were. I checked those out and I really like them. So I'm definitely going to be getting Aquaman.
All right. We're going to move on to, of course, the Dark Knight himself. They're they're doing the Rebirth that's coming out in June, and of course June 15th is Batman #1.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
And we have basically Tom King is going to be taking over the writing from Snyder, and my boy David Finch is going to be doing the artwork for Batman now. When I heard Finch was doing the Batman art, I was like sold, because Finch's artwork works so well with dark grittiness of Batman. You know, I like his artwork. I've always loved his artwork. Um, Tom King is a good writer, and I've heard that he's actually a former, in the live stream, he said he was a former FBI informant or something like that.
He's a former CIA counterterrorist. He's a former counterterrorist
I was
agent.
like, whoa, okay. And I guess he's gonna bring that to Batman, which I'm like, that works. You know, basically the way he's described it as Batman is, how does Batman almost like keep himself sane when he keeps going in and out of the in and out there every night fighting the criminals and things like that, without going insane himself and turning over to that dark side as well. And I like that approach. I'm like, you know what? That's a kind of a good approach to somebody to think about. You know, I don't remember anybody else that's written Batman ever thought about thinking like that. Like, how does Batman keep himself from, you know, walking that path of going to the dark side, and, you know, things like that. And I've read a lot of Tom King stuff. He was the one that was doing Grayson. He was actually writing Grayson. So, you know, I'm being a big Dick Grayson fan, and I am. You know, I enjoyed his work there, and it worked there because at that time, that's when Dick was doing his secret agent spy stuff. Thank God that's over with.
Agent Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, you know, now he's bringing his flavor now to the Batman, and Finch is going to be doing the artwork. That's just a major plus for me. I've always collected Batman, especially the self-titled Batman series. Everybody knows that. Yeah, I've always collected self-titled, and it wasn't just till recently I really started collecting detective. So it's always been self-titled Batman for me, and this is going to continue to stay on my pull. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where Mr. King takes this. Jay, what about you?
I'm really excited for this. Tom King's tactic, his pitch that he put out there, it really is like a human aspect to Batman, and it really kind of, the way I see it, it kind of really puts Batman in the perspective of kind of a, you know, a law enforcer, almost like a cop. Because the thing that you always see in cop dramas is that you can never let the job get to you. You know, you gotta leave that at home. You can never let the job get to you. You know, we saw that with, you know, if you're a Law and Order fan, you see that Detective Stabler struggled with that a lot. You know, in his time with the SVU. So I think that could definitely be an interesting angle. And the thing that Tom King did really well in Grayson, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but when he killed it, when he brought Nightwing back to, I called him Nightwing, when he brought Dick back to Gotham, and he got to interact with the Bat Family, he wrote the Bat Family so well that I think, and he even mentioned explicitly that he has his family by his side in this title, so I'm really excited to see that Bruce will actually have the family's full support here. Hopefully, like, this is always been my biggest problem with Batman. I'm hoping no more secrets, none of this shady dealings crap. Please just tell them everything, Bruce, because we don't need any of that extra drama that you always like to cause. That's all I want, and I think Mr. King is going to do a good job. And I'm tired of big events in Gotham anyway. So let's go with smaller stories. I think that'll be fun.
Okay. What about you, Kyle? This is one of your favorites right here. So.
Yeah. So I haven't been picking up Batman since. Is it Death of or Death in the Family that the Snyders?
It's Death End. Death End was with the Joker one, where they were like where his face was off and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't been reading it since that. I read the last issue of that when it came out, and then and then I stopped right before year happened just because of I couldn't pick up anything else because of money issues. But Tom, I almost called him Tom Kring. Tom King is a fantastic writer. His vision I wasn't really sure of, but I read that like in the first 5 issues. It's
That's
fantastic.
right. He did do Vision.
It's fantastic, and he's departing with that series. I believe a couple months ago, I think it was a month ago, he was departing with issue 12. Which I hope that series ends and then, because I don't think anyone else could
Yeah,
write.
it's because he's exclusive now. He's exclusive to DC now, so he can't do
Wait.
can't
So
do work
he's
for Marvel.
exclusive now?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Because he said he was departing from Vision at issue number 12, I believe, and so yeah, just off the writer itself, I'm excited. And David Finch, his artwork is amazing. And I'm hyped for this. I know the new costume was introduced in Batman number 50. But I don't care. I think it looks cool here. Like I'm just gonna pretend it's new here. It looks
dig the new
amazing.
costume. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the gold around. I love the gold like line around the symbol.
Yeah.
It's an amazing new redesign. It's not something. It's not like too different. It works. And when I heard Snyder was like, yeah, I'm done writing Batman. I was like, oh shoot, like he's done writing Batman. And I was like, oh wow. But I think Tom King will do great with Batman. Batman's in good hands with Tom King. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
Oh,
Brian?
sorry.
Yes, you.
Okay. My thought is, I actually am looking forward to this. I wish he was able to say more about what he's doing with the title, except for vagaries. But from what he did say, he did kind of sell me. And I read Grayson #1. I actually bought it digitally, and because I'm a big Dick Grayson fan. But I didn't like the spy stuff, but I will admit that he had the voice down for Dick. And I also read Vision #1 recently, and it was deep. So if he kind of melds those two and puts Batman's skin on it, I think we could have a really good run. And maybe, I don't know if this is just me over speculating, but I do think that we might get to see some of the more down-to-earth villains, like maybe Zaz.
Zaz was on my list of potential villains that he was going to go up against. I think they're definitely going to go more street level with it.
Hope, yeah, probably, definitely. But the biggest thing also, because I'm going to throw it right in there because it kind of relates to him, is that DC has said they're going to reveal Joker's identity.
Fuck that.
That's
The thing for me is, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Why does it matter who he is? It's like he could be Kevin. No, he could be like Jack Jerkface. Who cares? Like
exactly. See, they're gonna Wolverine the hell out of this, and that's what I was talking about last night. Wolverine, they completely ruined his character when they revealed the whole James Howlett backstory, and the only reason they did it was so that the movie wouldn't beat them to the punch. Oh, so mad. Yeah.
And
nobody really. For me, I was just like, really. When I heard who said it? John.
John said.
I was like, really, John's like.
Of course.
Really making a big deal out of this, like, I'm like, okay, I really don't care. I really don't. I'm just like, Joker's Joker. Let him be mystery, like his backstory.
His name.
And the thing that gets me above all of what you said, well, on top of the fact that he's Joker, we don't really know his origins and we don't need to know his origins. But also, on top of all that, they did mention that Batman was really shocked when he found out the
Yep.
name. So
Batman said that's not possible, so odds are it's probably going to be freaking Thomas Wayne.
Oh man, I was gonna say a joke about that, but what's going on in the comments, Jay?
Yeah, that's what I was about to go after
All
that.
right,
Yeah.
so
Thank you,
we've got.
Yeah.
All right, so actually we've got DNGN in here, we've got John, and we've actually got Philly Superman Jay from Comic Frontline in the comments.
Really?
Hey.
Yeah, and Rick was here for Big Rick was here for a little bit, but then he had to go grab lunch. So
Ooh, Big Rick from down under, Aussie boy. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's lunchtime there.
Lunchtime. Let's see. Okay, so continue with Batman, and this is another title definitely will stay on my pull. It is Detective Comics number 934. James Tillman IV is going to be writing. He's written Batman before, I recall.
he's doing Batman Turtles right now.
Yeah, and I got a little bit of a problem with that series right now. So, Eddie Barros is going to be doing artwork along with Alvaro Martinez. But the thing about it is the concept, which I like. It's Bruce and Katie leading a team, which has Tim Drake, Cassandra Cain,
Yep.
Stephanie Brown, and Clayface. I was like, Clayface on the team.
This was like the Ultimates, basically, for DC. Like,
Now-
Ultimate Galactic.
Now,
What?
first of all, having Tim back in a costume that looks more familiar to his Robin look was
Yep.
great.
It has the double arc because we know it's Red Robin. But
Yeah.
it's more based on the Robin costume.
Right, and good to see Batwoman there because I've said it before. My boy Blue Goblin has said it. DC fucked her over big time, and
That's
pause on
supernatural.
that. I don't mean that, yeah.
Weird.
And good to see Cassandra's coming back, but she's gonna be in her new persona that she's being in, and then the new Batman.
That's probably going to
Eternal.
be like that.
And please not. And of course, spoilers, and still Stephanie's gonna be spoiler. All I say is yeah, I'm gonna continue this. This is gonna be a kind of a team theme. I like that. I'm just hoping that it's equal leadership. Like that woman is just on that level with Batman. Not I'm Batman, so you don't get enough say, Katie. Get out of here. No, I'm talking like they're on equal. Like when they come up with a decision, they're like this.
And I think that's how it has to be, though.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, fans are just gonna.
And-
Fans wouldn't agree with it.
And it sounds like that's what they're doing from what they said in the live stream.
Right. So, this is a win for you guys or not?
Oh hell yeah!
No.
Who said no?
No.
Okay.
No. Not because of the team, just the writer. I don't give a shit about James Tynion the Fourth. I'm sorry.
Okay. You
Wow,
had
you're that turned off by Tynion?
Yeah, I don't like Tynion. I'm sorry.
Kyle,
What have you tried that you haven't liked?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember it's been that long, personally. I have to go back, probably. I might give it a shot, but it's been a long time since I read something from Tynion that I don't know. I try to block that shit out.
Well,
That's cool. To each their own.
I don't know Tynion. I haven't read any of his stuff, I don't think. But the concept alone sold me, and if they can pull it off, then I will be in. And also, if I remember correctly, they said young heroes, so there might be more other people coming in later, like maybe a certain Bat family member who's obviously missing, Batwing.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But just if it's those five alone, still I'll give it a try because big Stephanie fan, big Tim fan, and I'm
That's
learning.
right. You actually got to read the Brian Q. Miller Batgirl, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, that was like one of the first series that I started picking up in like trades, and and also I'm learning to like really like Cassandra and Kate through you guys. So that team just sounds awesome. So I will be picking it up.
Definitely going to continue.
That's so funny, Kyle.
Definitely coming into with continue in June. We got the fastest man alive. The Scarlet Speedster comes back, and Josh Williamson, who was on the stream. He said he always wanted to write Flash. He kept pushing and pushing for it, but
I love his story that he basically cornered Dan Didio and was like, "Let me do it, let me do it." He literally pushed him into a corner, and he's like, "Let me write the Flash."
He's all sweaty and everything.
And it's going to be the artwork is going to be done by Carmine. I'm not even going to pronounce that last
Monaco.
name. Yeah, and Neil Goober. The concept.
Goosh.
Yeah, Goosh. The concept. I'm a big Flash fan. I always have been. First time I started reading Flash was Flash number 212. So I still will continue to have Flash on my pull. The concept alone caught me and interests me even more because Flash is now going to be taking a mentorship-like role with young speedsters now. And some are going to be scared, some are not. Some are going to be kind of taking the wing of Flash, and some are going to become villains, like the villain Godspeed, which I do not like that name. That name alone is just like, I'm like, really? But the fact is, there's going to be like what did they say? Like a Speed Force Storm.
Yeah, Speed Force Storm.
Striking lightning and hitting people, and so Flash is gonna. So basically, the Scarlet Speedster has to take up the role of being that mentor to these people and be like, okay, you can go down this path, or I can just help you kind of live a normal life with these powers, but you don't have to be like me. But some are gonna just take that left turn at Albuquerque and join the dark side, like we got with Godspeed. Which I don't like that name. I'm sorry.
I mean, the dark side has cookies.
Yeah, the dark side has cookies. Yeah, that's all I think about. Godspeed, Flash. Godspeed, Spider-Man. But the look of Godspeed, I will admit, looks pretty cool. But if he's a villain, why is he white and gold? Shouldn't he look more menacing? Like, not like he's from.
I think the white and gold is to like reflect the whole God idea. You know what I mean?
I guess that's the concept.
And the whole Speed Force.
Mm-hmm. So is this something you guys are interested in or no? I'll start with yeah. Okay, I heard Jay say yeah. Kyle, what's your thoughts? Go.
I like Joshua Williams. He wrote Captain Midnight, and I liked the first trade I read of that, which Chris got me. 3 of those, and I like his writing. I haven't read New 50. Well, I haven't liked New 52 Flash since Francis Manpool left. I don't know.
I'm in the same boat with you, buddy.
I did not care after that. I thought they went a completely different direction that I just didn't approve of. But it was. I'll probably give this a read. Because I like the writer and I want to read Flash again. I didn't really care for what Venditti was doing. Some of it was interesting, but I just didn't care. So.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah. If I can't spend too much on comics, I might wait and see with this one, but I'll probably pick it up because the concept is good, and also one thing that I never really liked about the New 52 was how they handled Wally. But But it seems like Wally is right there on the cover, along with Iris, and the like you said, the whole concept is just really good. I think it was even Dio said that the pitch alone was that he thought was amazing, and I kind of have to agree with him. The name is kind of off for Godspeed, and I really didn't think of that about that until you said that just now, Chris. But he does have a menacing look.
Godspeed, my man.
Guys.
Reminds me. I don't know if this is on purpose or not,
No, it says no to me.
but his costume kind of Godspeed kind of reminded me of the current Zoom costume in the Flash.
DN
TV.
said that in the comment. DN said that in the comments as well. Yeah. So
Especially,
you're not the only one.
well, especially with that mouth vent thing that he has going on.
Mouth.
He says, DN says that Godspeed looks like Zoom if Zoom went Super Saiyan.
He does.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, but the concept is really cool, and it'll be nice to see more speedsters join the universe. Let's just hope that they do incorporate more females.
I wonder if Jessie's going to be in this series.
That'd be interesting too.
Yeah.
Besides just
She hasn't been introduced yet, so I think it would be really cool.
What if they did this to introduce her? And we know that she should be a part of it because they like to stay similar to the shows, and she's a big part of the
Very
show.
true.
yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, next, still in June. We're still in June, guys. Is Green Arrow. We're going with Green Arrow here. Look,
Collective sigh.
look, man. Okay, y'all try to sell me on the goatee's back. I'm looking at that like, okay, no. I have nothing against Ben Percy. I have nothing against him at all, but
I got something against Ben Percy.
okay.
Fucking werewolf AIDS.
I stopped reading. I dropped Green Arrow. I think after they didn't go anywhere with I think with Speedy.
Yeah, with Mia. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, okay, that's it. I'm done. Look, I'm gonna skip this one. I'm sorry. I just don't feel anything for Arrow right now, and I really don't. Did they even say that him and Dinah are together again?
They said they're gonna meet for the first time.
Okay, I'm not into it. Sorry. that's.
I don't care either. I'll read off.
Next title, definitely.
They had me, and then they had cool artwork. They had me, and then they said, "Oh, Dinah and Ollie are gonna meet. Okay, cool." And then I saw the writer, and my smile just instantly just went. Oh,
Yeah, my thing with it is like I keep saying. I haven't been keeping up with the comics, but I've been talking with Jay specifically about Green Arrow because Ollie is like one of my favorite DC characters, so I've been wanting to keep up with him, but he's like, yeah, just stay away, and so I have been staying away, and they're getting weird with him. They're getting weird with my boy.
werewolf AIDS.
I like the whole. I like the goatee, and I like that they're bringing in Donna, but yeah, I'm not getting this. Like, unless I hear rave reviews, I'm staying away.
I'll just continue to read Hawkeye.
So it seems like the whole panel is skipping Green Arrow.
Yeah, I'm skipping Hawkeye. That's definitely one I'm skipping. But one I'm not gonna skip is Green Lanterns.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
He's like, oh, sounds like a Lethal Weapon book. I love
they
that.
said Lethal Weapon with Green
Yeah,
Lantern
he
rings.
said
I was
lethal. When
sold.
he said lethal weapon in space, I was just like, wait a minute, didn't we? I had this pitch for Green Lanterns.
Yeah, exactly. With John and Guy in your
Guy for the DC League. I'm like, that's the pitch right there. And then I'm like, okay, but I like the fact that you got Cruz and Boz together.
Yep, Boz climbed his way out from under that bus.
Yeah, we got two, especially, and not only that, you look at it from a point of view of people who are of this ethnicity. You got a Latino, and you have a Islamic Muslim character.
Although she's the second Latino Green Lantern.
Right, she's second, but they're rookies in a sense. Because Boz, you can kind of say Simon's still a rookie, and they're the Green Lanterns of Sector 2814. But it's also going to be dealing with the Red Lanterns, which have this big. They want Earth, but they want Earth. They feel it's essential to them, but humans can get the hell out of here. I like the concept, and you got Sam Humphrey writing it, who has come from Marvel. And,
he does a good job writing space too.
And he's definitely a good job writing space too. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up. I like Cruz's look. She doesn't have a typical mask. Like it's like a one eye. It almost looks like a Saiyan like scouter. Like it's on her one eye.
I was thinking that it's like kind of like a scope. I thought she was gonna. I think she's gonna be like a sharpshooter, and she's using it as like a a means to like aim and stuff.
Now, definitely, Kyle. Now, you told me last night, this is something that you want because as long as it don't have Hal in it, you said you're cool with it.
Yeah,
if there was ever another Green Lantern movie, and it was Hal, I would somehow be the villain in the movie, and I wouldn't even know it. Like I want to kill Hal sometimes, but. Yeah, I want to read this. I'm not a big Green Lantern guy, but I really am excited for this. I heard Lethal Weapon in space with these two characters, and I went, I don't care. I'm gonna read it, and I'm ready. Like I'm a little bit.
Kyle was just like, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit like nervous because it's got Sam Humphries, and I thought Black Vortex was absolute garbage, but okay, we'll see.
Oh, Kyle, you just broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Keeping it real. We keep it real here. Keep it going.
I'm sorry. It just wasn't good storytelling.
Did Brian talk?
Brian's muted right now.
Oh, he's muted now. Why are you muted?
I think he's talking something.
He did it himself, so I think he's doing something right now.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Sorry, someone came in, but I had to chat with Mom, but my thought about the title is, the pitch alone sold me. Her thing, Jessica, it almost looks like a tattoo. Really cool. I'm not the biggest Green Lanterns fan. I mean, I grew up with the Justice League cartoons, so of course I love John, but the rest I still haven't spent too much time with. I mean, I read Blackest Night, but that was more of every character type thing. But the pitch alone got me.
And the thing about it is these two are going to be the Green Lanterns of the Justice League. They're both going to be on the team, so it's like, hey, look at that.
I don't have to read Hal anywhere. So that's great.
Well, I mean, there's Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, but you can skip that.
Trust me, you could have just had Hal Jordan and the cleaning crew, and I wouldn't have read.
The second Cal hears the words Hal Jordan, he's like, nope.
I'm like, I'm out of here. It's like.
Yeah, my thing with Hal is similar to Ollie. I've been keeping up with what he's doing through Jay, and I'm staying away.
He's pretty good on Earth, though. When Venditti writes him on Earth, it's pretty damn good. But when he writes him in space, it's weird as hell.
That pitch,
What's
that is the pitch that they gave.
It's all in
He's,
space. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
he's
skipping
all
it.
in space.
That's why I'm
And,
skipping it.
and the fact alone that it's Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern is really making me feel like
Yep.
hey,
That's why I'm skipping it.
hey Jay, what's going on in the comment section? Because
All right,
any
let's
questions
check.
or comments?
Okay, hold up. It's loading. There we go. Okay, so we got John asked, would you like to see Iris with the Speed Force?
Mm-mm. She had it before during Maniple.
I liked it in the Maniple arc, so maybe.
Yeah, it depends on how they do it.
Hmm. Yeah, it depends how they do it.
I
I'd
really
be
like her
interested.
suit though. Her suit
Yeah,
is really nice.
I'd be interested if they did it right, and I wouldn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
John
Yeah,
also says. John
go
also
ahead.
says, I love the fact that the Red Lanterns are going to be the villain for the Green Lanterns series.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
cool with that. And to look like they had Atrocitus, I saw Belize. It makes you wonder if
I wonder if Razor's going to be. I want them to put Razor. Razor should be in this book.
I was wondering, are they still going to have their first human Red Lantern on the team as well?
Rancor?
Rancor, yeah.
That guy? Yeah, he's cool.
Uh,
I wonder if Daxstar is going to be there too. I like Daxstar.
the cat.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a cool cat.
I
Like, no
don't hate
pun
Dexter.
intended.
I didn't say I hate him. Next up, of course, we have Peter Tomasi is going to be doing Superman. Yeah, I know Kyle is not a big Peter Tomasi fan. We got Doug Menke going to be into artwork as well as Pat Gleason. Like I said, most of the Superman stuff is very much interest me personally. I'm not sure about the rest of the gang. But they didn't really say too much about what's going to be going on in that book, the self-titled Superman. But is it everybody at once? Is it a go or
Skip.
no?
I'm gonna just stick with action on this one
Okay.
for the.
For me, it's basically wait and see, like wait and see what everyone's saying about it.
All right. Next up, June 15th, we have Dan Abnett coming back again with Titans.
Oh.
And yes, once again, I'm liking Titan. I've been reading Titan Hunt. I've been liking what's going on in there. I like the lineup. We got Nightwing. Donna Troy is back in up-to-date version of her classic look. Yes.
She's got kind of a Troya thing going on.
Yeah.
The black.
Roy's back. I've agreed with what the frontline fam was saying. I'm not really feeling the mask, and she still has the trucker hat. We got Garth on the team, and then there's this woman in green, and I'm thinking that's Lilith. I'm thinking that's who that is.
I started thinking it was Omen also.
But the only thing that's bothering me a little bit is Brent Booth. Not the biggest Brent Booth fan artwork, guys. He draws people. He draws faces very much like they're muscular, like they got. You don't want to draw the caveman. No, that's not the caveman look. No, he draws. He has their faces very long shaded, and like everybody has like muscled face. Like if they would have squinched.
He also draws like really weird like jaw lines like with his characters' faces.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it. But other than that, I'm sold on it. It's Abnett. He keeps me locked on stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
I have no. This definitely will be on my pull. I said this in my my thought vid. I gotta upload it. I didn't upload it yet. But definitely this will be going there. Definitely. Anybody else? Yay or nay?
Yeah, no question about it. Like me and Chris connected because both of us, are huge fans of the Wolfman Perez Titans, and these are those Titans. So I'm really hyped. I wonder if Karen and Mal are still going to be involved in this because they're involved in Titans Hunt. So they weren't on the cover.
Yeah, it makes me wonder about a lot of those like Hawk and Dove.
And Narc
and all those, Gnark or Canark, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've been a fan of Titans for a long time. They have a special place in my heart. And yes, it's, say what you want, but it is the Wolfman Perez that got me on board with these characters, and I've always been set with these characters. So, but I love John's run too with his characters when Tim was leading the group and everything like that. I will always give Jeff Johns credit for that too. But once New 52 came around, I was like, ooh, done. I'm not even.
You want to talk about something?
This is the series I have tried the most. I picked it up, I dropped it. Picked it up, I dropped it. I picked it up, I saw those fucking feathers on Raven, dropped it.
You want to talk about something?
When she her.
You want to talk about something?
Planet Battle of the Planet look. Yeah, I didn't like that shit at all.
But yeah, you want to talk about something? Jay can tell you, because just like Ollie, I love the Titans. I've always been into them. Love the cartoon. John's run is one of the things that got me into comics. Period. And so, So I've always been into Titans, and it killed me that I couldn't pick up Titans, but then I started hearing things that made me question it, and I'm like, okay, let me give them some time. But then I started fucking it out, and Jay can tell you, just from hearing what they were doing to the Titans, I raged a couple of times.
Cassie was such a bitch. Oh my.
The only thing I did like about New 52, and this is one of them, was Bunker. I was really like
awesome. Bunker was awesome. I hope they keep him around.
I don't know what they were doing with skits. I was like, yeah, she was here, and then
They even had Solstice on that team, and Solstice is cool.
Yeah, Solstice was cool. They up-to-dated Solstice because she was a part of the Titans before, but they changed her look this time, and that was fine. But other than that,
And let's not get into the culling.
Yeah.
No, and then also, like, I just need to vent this real quick. Why was Cassie sleeping around all the time? Like, she was.
Oh yeah, she was.
She went with Tim, then she went with Connor, then she went back to Tim, then she tried with Bart, and then she was just the entire team was just okay.
Ugh.
So.
Let me stop before I give myself an ulcer.
Going to the last one for June is a big one that had me nerdgasm when I heard this one. Big time.
If you're saying what I think you're gonna say,
was the Wonder Woman, and when Greg Rucka came back out, I blew a gasket. I was like, what? Like
I posted on Facebook. I almost passed out.
Yeah,
interesting.
Greg Rucka loved his first run of Wonder Woman. I thought Greg Rucka was done with DC. I thought he was completely done. I've followed Greg Rucka from his Marvel stuff to his independent stuff. I'm reading everything he writes. Mostly, I'm reading his Black Magic with Nicola Scott. Love him. And speaking of the Aussie artist herself, she's gonna be still with him, and of course Liam Sharp. Now the book is going to be telling it from two different tales, actually, current and then like a year one story. Nicola Scott is going to do the year one storytelling, and Liam Sharp is going to do the current stuff. I'm cool with that.
And the current story is called Wonder Woman and the Lies. So basically, it's going to be Wonder Woman and her retconning adventures. So she's going to be fixing her fucked up history that the New 52 decided to do with Azzarello's 35-issue arc, which you can tell I'm not a fan of.
And then, to top that all off, the other story that they will be telling at the same time is Wonder Woman Year One.
Yeah, Wonder Woman Year One I'm really excited for, because the Legend of Wonder Woman is fantastic. If it's anything like that, I'm gonna be super hyped. Nicola Scott's artwork is beautiful.
Yes.
Greg Rucka has honestly for me the best run on Wonder Woman besides George Perez.
Yes. And I love her look. I love her new look now. They've kind of gone back to a classic look. It's very
They're
Greek.
using the battle skirt. They're using the battle skirt. I
Yeah,
like the
very
battle
Greek,
skirt.
very great mythical Greek. I like that. Um, this is definitely on the pull. Anybody else? Nay, yay.
Never
I
drove Wonder Woman, and I never will.
I just said that I'm always a big fan of Wonder Woman. Never really picked up her comic though, but based on the incredible art that I saw and the live stream and what these guys saying about Rucka and their pitch for it, yeah, I'm probably picking this one up too.
You good, Kyle? Or yay, nay?
I think Kyle froze.
Kyle froze. Well, okay.
And we lost Kyle.
And we lost Kyle. Okay. With
And we
Kyle
got
right there,
Kyle.
he's back. And he's back.
Okay, he's back. Okay.
Kyle, yay or nay for Wonder Woman?
Yay. Yay.
That was a very that was a really enthusiastic yay.
Yeah.
Oh, my internet's messing up.
I was just messing with you, Kyle.
Okay, we're gonna move on to July. Definitely. And we have Batgirl. And guys, I've told this personally to Gail Simone herself. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that broke my heart saying that.
And Kyle's gonna.
I've told Gail that I would give, after her run, I would give the new one Batgirl a try. I gave it 4 issues, and I was done. And I never came back to Batgirl. I watched friends review it, saying it was getting good, but something just irked me about it. First of all, I'm not crazy about her new look. I don't like that look. I really wish it goes back to her classic look. I don't like it. But Miss Larson, bless you.
Sorry.
But Miss Larson has said that they're going to take Babs on a journey. Like almost like to redefine herself, get herself better, and she's going to be going to Asia and stuff like that. That pitch gave me a like, you know what? This is interesting now. Okay, I'm liking this kind of. They want to improve Batgirl, improve Babs, make her better, and things like that. I'm not crazy about her look. Still not crazy about the costume, but the pitch, the idea alone, Miss Larson said actually had me. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So yeah, I'll give this a shot. I'll give it like I always do. I usually give a title 4 to 5 issues, and if I don't like it, dropping it again. You know, so I'm giving it a shot. What about you guys?
No.
Definitely interesting. I like that it's like a self-discovery thing, and it reminds me of 52 when Bruce took the Bat family on a trip to
Right. Yes.
retrain themselves and rediscover who they are. So I think this is cool. My only thing is, why the hell does she need to train? Like, she's as experienced as Dick Grayson. She doesn't need to. I don't think she really needs to. But then again, she kind of lost her direction with this whole Burnside thing, so I guess it makes sense.
Mm.
And I like that it's going to be a new perspective because Miss Larson is new to superhero comics. She's written a few graphic novels, but she hasn't written anything for big. So maybe we'll get a fresh perspective on this. So who knows? We miss you though, Gail.
Yeah. As Jay said before, along with John's Titans, one of the things that got me in was Q Miller's run on Batgirl, which had Babs in it. And whether it's been Oracle or Batgirl, I've always been a big fan of Barbara. Kind of wish she was like Oracle again, or at least in a more classic suit than this new kind of hipstery suit. But the art is pretty. From what I saw, the art looked good, and it sounds like she's passionate, and
I have a feeling they're gonna go Daredevil with this, though. I think her costume is gonna end up getting scrapped and improved as she like trains and learns new skills.
hopefully, um, right now I'm sitting at maybe, because from what I've been hearing about what they've been doing with that, I don't particularly care for it. Not that it's bad, it's just not what I see for Babs. And I will maybe give this new thing a try if I have enough money at the time.
Okay, let's see. That was July 13th. July 20th. Batgirls and the Birds of Prey Rebirth. We have, and I'm just going to talk about the whole concept of Miss Benson, Shauna Benson, and Clara Rowe. Basically, it's what is it? A foursome? Pause on that one, or is it just a trio? Because we see Black Canary, we see Huntress back, and I'm not sure if that's Helena. Did they say that was Helena?
It's Helena. It's because it's the Spiral Helena, but she's back to being Huntress.
Okay, and
And she's dealing with mom stuff, so.
yeah, and we got the fact is that there's another person out there calling herself Oracle, and they said that Babs of course, is still recognized as being Oracle at times, so she wants to know who is that. But also, there's going to be this new crime boss in Gotham, hiring metahuman assassins. That kind of had me interested. Yeah, and that had me very interested as well. You know, I'm a big Birds of Prey fan, and that's a trio that's always been significant to the Birds of Prey. Babs, Dinah, Helena. So seeing them together, but that it looks like Babs and Helena don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. So definitely a look at for me. What do you think of Canary's new look?
I like the jacket.
I like the jacket, but I don't know. She just looks like a rocker chick to me. I'm just like, no, it's not working for me.
Well,
it is what it is.
we do get the fishnet, which is positive, but we also get like the Daisy Dukes or booty shorts, as they've been also called.
Like I said, she looks like a rocker chick. She looks like a rocker chick.
Yeah, but I like her.
At least she has the fishnets. I'm glad those are back.
Mm.
Yeah, and since I'm still talking, I guess I'll go ahead and say what I thought. The premise is very interesting, and I like that it's going to be kind of focused, depending on how they do with the Oracle, if they go like villainous, or maybe it's their introduction to Wendy or something, I don't know.
I was thinking Wendy.
But if it's the three of them or the four of them, sounds pretty cool, and the premise is really interesting. And I know Jay doesn't care for the show, but the writers are also done.
I'm actually gonna because of this. I'm actually gonna catch up on the show because I want a better feel for their writing.
Well, I've seen like I think 2 seasons of the show.
What show?
The 100.
Oh, the 100. Oh, they're the. Oh, okay.
And I will say that the 100, from what I saw, there are a few things here and there that are off, but they're really good at female characters, and that's what Birds of Prey is. But I will say one thing. I like Birds of Prey, and so I'm kind of hoping maybe that down the road they add another member to their team, a certain female who's time traveled, another blonde to the team.
I see. You're talking about Booster Sister, Gold Star, right?
No, I'm talking about Zinda.
Oh, you're talking about Lady Blackhawk.
Yeah.
When you said time traveler, I automatically thought Gold Star.
Oh well, that's why I said time traveled, not time traveling.
Makes me. I mean, it does make you wonder. Like, I don't think the book will stay just 3 I think there'll be added members later on.
Yeah,
And you know the funny thing about this, Brian can tell you. Before we did DC Elite, you know, Brian and I were on another DC site. Literally, this pitch and the first two arcs were literally what I had planned for that site. So I was like, that's
yeah,
kind of weird. That's kind of
yeah.
weird, but I like it.
Okay. Kyle, you can stay out of this one because I know your answer to it. Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corp. Robert Venditti, Even Van Schreiber. Uh,
Skip,
any yay or nay?
skip.
Yay. I've already said why, but it's nay for me.
Yay or nay, Jay?
I'm gonna skip. He's doing it in space. If he was on Earth, I might have checked it out because he does good stuff on Earth, but I don't like what he does in space. Which I don't understand why. He does so good with Exo Manowar, but
Yeah.
yet Green Lantern is so hard for him for some reason.
No, see, I'm just looking at Kyle.
Kyle's not
no,
good.
I don't know. He wants to say something.
He's not good. I'll probably give it a shot. Because I want to know who is the other lanterns going to be. Are they going to showcase the other humans that are? They said John will be in it.
They said John Guy. They said John and Guy, but they didn't mention Kyle at all. So
I thought I could be wrong, but I thought that they said Kyle, but the audience was getting in their way of us hearing it.
no, I watched the panel twice. They said John and Guy, but they did not say Kyle.
Fuck!
Yeah.
God damn it! What the?
That would happen. You're gonna jump on the Hal band.
Okay, next one.
See, Kyle, Green Lantern already knows that you don't like it, so they just don't include the character with your name.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You are.
Let's see. Next one. Anybody? I'm gonna just say it. Hellblazer. Sam Oliver. You skipping that?
This book just needs to die. Why is it still going? Why can't we just have a Zatanna book? Give me a Zatanna book. I'll read that.
In order.
Also, they already said that in the first arc, he's teaming up with Swamp Thing. Why can't Swamp Thing have his own title?
He might. I mean, his title's been pretty successful so far, so maybe he will later.
Also, I've told Jay this. You check the whole entire lineup that they announced. This is the only Mystic title, which I'm like, whoa, what the? And my only real experience with John is where he's popped up on the few rare times that he's popped up in animation and the TV show, but I don't know. There's too many titles coming, so I probably won't.
John Constantine pop up in animation.
He's never popped up in animation.
I thought he did once. Sorry, but anyway, it's mainly just the show then.
The only time he's appeared in other media besides comics is the shitty Keanu Reeves movie and.
Wait a minute, because I actually like that movie. I just don't look at it as John Constantine.
See,
Yeah,
if you look at it as a regular movie, I can get past it. But it has the name John Constantine on it, so
He's
I
John
have to.
Constantine look at it from another Earth. There you go.
Wait.
Okay.
So
All
wait.
right, I can take that.
Anyway, my point was, the plot at the pitch seems a little interesting, but due to the massive amount of titles and limited amount of money, I'm probably going to stay away unless I hear fabulous things.
Okay.
I don't think you need to go to Kyle.
Yeah, I said Kyle, stay out of this one.
Because he laughed at the fact when they're about Constantine the show getting bad ratings and stuff.
Anyway, we move on to the Justice League. Justice League. Brian Hitch is doing the writing, and Tony Daniels is doing the artwork. Daniels' artwork, I love that. The lineup for the league is pretty much typical, besides the two Grant Lanterns on the team, Simon and Cruz. I'm gonna I have dropped off of Justice League for a long time. I'm not even reading Jeff Johns' stuff right now.
It's actually been pretty good.
I have not gotten over the fact that Justice
That's a
League
good.
International ended, and I jumped back on a Justice League book, which was Justice League uh, Unlimited. Which I was enjoying, and then that title ended, and I just could not jump back on to Johns' book for some reason. I just like, I can't. I'm not gonna do it. But when Hitch came on with his Justice League book, I would just watch my boy Blue Goblin review it, and he was just telling me that book just kept going, just kept carrying on and on about just the story didn't stay consistent.
It had no real direction, and they had a random filler Martian Manhunter issue. Like, it was weird.
So I was looking at it from that point of view. I was just like, and I was like, okay, but this may get me back on. I'm a huge Tony Daniels fan when his artwork was great. His writing is not that bad neither, in my opinion.
It's okay, as long as he has a good direction.
He has a good direction, and hopefully Brian Hitch has a good direction for this. I really wish there were different members on this team.
If Hitch can bring his Ultimates magic back, I think it'll work. Because I feel he did really good on Ultimates, I feel.
This lineup for me.
I really wish John was on this team actually.
Same.
Yeah.
I really wish John was on this team, but the lineup is pretty decent. Nothing really to complain about.
My thing is about the lineup is minus the two rookies. It seems very vanilla and very typical and no like spice to it. And also I am a little jaded because I never really cared for the idea of Victor on a Justice League that didn't have Dick on it.
Pause on that one.
You know what I mean.
Yep, pause on that one.
You know what I mean, Grayson, his buddy Grayson, because
Richard.
I could accept it if the two of them went on to the league at the same time, but the fact that he's a leaguer and Nightwing isn't, kind of.
It's an even number. It's like 8 members on that team, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Just love that.
You know I am about even number teams, man. I'm sorry. It just
But you know the thing called the Magnificent Seven.
and I love that movie too, The Magnificent Seven. I love that movie, but it's just that I don't know. It's just something about even odd number teams kind of.
So why do you like football? It's 11 on 11.
Yeah, but I'm talking about superhero, not no football. Anyway.
Well, someone at DC must not like you then, because most of their new lineups for teams are odd numbers.
Also, there's a question, comments from DN. He says, "Do you guys think that would you guys be pissed off if they tried to ship Cruz and Vaz? Because I feel like that would be forced. I think so too. I don't want them to be.
Yes, if they pull that garbage, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, come on.
Just because they're partners doesn't mean they have to be together.
Yeah, I mean, look at Benson and Stabler.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, they hinted at maybe them, but then they moved on from that.
I mean, it depends on how they do it. If they do it kind of like a Tony Ziva thing, except the Arab person is male, if they do it like a Tony Ziva thing, I could see it. But if they do it like a just generic setup, then
actually,
no.
in my mind, I know this is probably hopeful thinking and all, but my mind went to, what if maybe Jessica and Kyle are gonna be shipped?
Jessica and Kyle? True.
Kyle's
Look,
Rainer's
the point is that pushing characters, because first of all, I didn't like when they forced Kyle and Arrow
Jay says
together.
there is Kyle. Jay says Kyle is in the Green Lantern core team, so I was
Good,
wrong.
good, 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 good.
I need to be somewhere.
Kyle, we didn't get your answer. Are you gonna check out this Justice League book?
Oh, I just like to stay the lone silent guy. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, artwork looks pretty, but then again, sometimes Tony S. Daniels. I have this thing with him where I read his Superman and Superman and Wonder Woman with Charles Soule and him, and there were some fights with Doomsday like underwater and shit like that, and I just did not know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I've never read anything with Brian Hitch, so yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah, because you didn't like the Ultimates, so you didn't read any of this stuff.
I mean, I know him as an artist. I believe I saw him do Age of Ultron with Bendis, so I like the artwork there. So.
All right, let's move on to Nightwing. Tim Seeley and Javi Fernandez and Marcus 2. Like Marcus 2's artwork. First of all, Dick Richard back in the costume again.
And it's the blue one.
And it's the blue one too. Yes. Thank you, comic gods. Tim Seeley, I'm fine with.
You have to thank Johns for that one, because apparently Johns really argued for that.
Thank
And
you.
apparently the Dio liked red.
The Dio was the one that wanted them in red.
Yeah, Richard Dick is back, and he's pretty much the first arc is called Better Than Batman. Kyle told me last night he doesn't like that title, and I can understand his feelings of why. It's like because they said now.
I want to pitch my case towards that title though. Like this is how I see the art, right? So the whole point of Dick Grayson's character, and I'm going to cite Young Justice for this. When Bruce was talking to Diana about why he took Dick in the first place, he said, "I did this because he's like, did you do it because you wanted him to be like you?" He's like, "No, I wanted it so he wouldn't. I wanted him to be better." So in a way, that's Bruce's goal. Bruce's entire goal in the first place of raising Dick is so that he could be better than Batman. And honestly, in my opinion, he was a better Batman. But
I loved him as Batman. I very much loved him as Batman.
I think that's the whole angle they're trying to go for. With they're going to actually try to make show that he can learn from his mentor's mistakes and actually improve as a hero and strike out on his own.
But the also thing is that he's getting a new mentor. He's getting another new mentor in this. So I'm wondering who that's going to be.
Well, they said.
Did they say who it is?
Yeah, it's a guy. It's a new character named Raptor. And
Raptor. What? Then why? Why does this feel like Raptor could be like Stick to him?
Maybe. And that's kind of cool because he does use the tonfas. So.
Yeah.
His name is Raptor.
Yeah, Raptor.
From Toronto.
I don't know.
You get it?
Yeah. I get it. But the other thing is, like, Nightwing has always been somebody I've been close to, so this is definitely a pull on my pull. What about anybody else? Yay, nay?
Well,
I'll be picking up.
No.
I heard Kyle say he's going to give it a shot. All right.
I'm going to pick up. I'm going to pick some.
I heard that, Kyle. It got choppy, but I heard it.
I heard it.
My thing is, if you could tell from my little box when Chris was talking, I'm happy about this because Dick Grayson is one of my favorite DC characters, possibly my favorite of all time, and I was okay with him being a spy. And then Jay told me about where they took him recently, and that kind of pissed me off. And now Now this sounds right up the alley. And as to that name, better than Batman, just because you want something doesn't mean that it will happen. But also glad he's back in blue and back as Nightwing, and the art, at least for that for the Rebirth one shot, looks awesome, and premise looks okay. I'm gonna be giving it a try.
Before we move on from Nightwing, we got a question. What do you guys think the odds are of Raptor being evil? I'm gonna go with 90%, and that's from
Yeah,
DNGM.
I was going to say 85, but yeah, I have a feeling Raptor's going to
Yeah,
dream
Yeah,
it, but
I kind of
he's gonna
yeah.
try to mold him into being his disciple or something.
I think it's gonna kind of be like when Deathstroke tried to train him.
Yeah,
I think I think best case it's MCU stick where they're kind of antagonistic towards each other, but there's respect for each other. And worst case, he's evil. I think it's 75%, honestly, but I am unoptimistic.
And DNGM says either that or he's gonna get murdered. No one's going to compete with Bruce's role in Dick's life in the
I
long
just
term.
I just hope that if they kill him, Dick doesn't try to take on the mantle of Raptor.
yeah,
I
hell,
doubt it.
yeah.
I no, because we just
Okay,
got him back as
next one.
Nightwing, so there's no way they're just gonna leave
The
that
next
right
one
away.
I'm just gonna run through real quick because I already got a hell no for this one, and that's Red Hood and Outlaws.
Oh,
Fuck,
really, Chris?
hell fucking no. That's for me. Get out of
Really?
here. That one.
Tell us
Really?
how you really feel.
I thought you loved Lil Chris.
Fuck him. Sorry. Yeah.
Just tell us
Wait.
how you really feel. You're obviously really excited. I'm gonna match Chris's sentiment here. I absolutely love the title. I mean, it's one of the greatest things ever written. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
I mean, look, like they got if they got Dexter Soy. I like Dexter Soy's artwork, but there's nothing that would get me on that book. Like Bloodell
You
writing it.
know, and
Okay?
they try to pitch it as like a Dark Trinity or whatever, and they have Artemis as the Amazon, right? And we were talking about this on Frontline, and I think that Jay brought up a better idea for it. If they want to bring an Amazon into this team, they could have went with Grace Cho,
Yeah,
and
great.
that would have been a lot of that would have been a lot cooler.
Or if they wanted to keep in tone with someone that's been evil-ish, why not bring in Cersei?
They could have just went with Grace Cho if they want to do a Dark Trinity, right? So Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Obviously, Jason's going to be the Batman. They could have did Grace Cho as the Wonder Woman. You got Jason Todd as the Batman, and for the Superman, you could have did the Eradicator. I like the Eradicator. You could have brought him back, and that would have been cool.
All right.
I might,
check that out.
if I was in charge of things, I would have maybe brought in Christopher Kent as the Superman stand-in.
And Lobdell has had this book for 5 fucking years.
Damn.
Yeah,
Let it go.
Let someone else get it, because I like the
He
concept
is
of...
he is like the Dan Slott of Red Hood and the Outlaws.
I like Red Hood, and I like Red Hood, and I like the concept of the Outlaws, but just
it's kind of it's
he really
still
got
kind
me
of
off.
looking at it from a point of view of like poor Jason, like he can't catch a break.
Jason
you
can
know,
never catch a
what
break.
stood me
Ever.
away from all of this Red Hood and the Outlaws, even though I like Jason Todd and I like the concept, is how they've been fucking over Corey.
Well, I mean, Corey wasn't my biggest problem. They actually gave her a little bit more backstory later on in the series, and it improved her for the most part. I actually got used to her eventually, and then they dumped her down, and then yeah. But
All right. Yeah.
Like I said, I was really big fan of the cartoon, and I realized that the cartoon version of Starfire is not the comic version, but she's not that bitch either.
Yeah, okay, enough of that fool. I'm done with him.
Yes,
The
Wusa.
next title I definitely am very much interested in because it very much when the writer came up and talked about it, and it's called The Superman, and it's written
Ooh.
by
This
Gene
one is really interesting.
Lin
Mm-hmm.
Yang. I hope I'm saying his name right. It's the concept is basically a young man who's Asian, lives in Shanghai, and he has Superman like abilities. And that really caught me off guard because
And
when
the
when
really
you read the
interesting the
title of
really
it,
interesting thing about it is that like apparently he starts off as a really like self-absorbed character,
right?
and when he gets these powers, he actually starts to change like his heart wise, like he
Yeah. So
actually starts to.
that's the other thing that caught me is like there's a
Mm-hmm.
metamorphosis with this character. He goes from being Dick to, and I mean that bad word, a good like somebody with a heart. And I actually like this concept. Like somebody wrote it when I put it up on my Facebook. Somebody said that maybe this will help on the Asian market as well. Like people are like, hey, there's a character, especially with DC wise, that is like me now. Looks like me, is
Mhm.
from the same town as me, and
Mm-hmm.
I
And
kind of like that.
I think it's good that they do that with Superman too.
Yeah, and they're doing with it with a Superman like yeah, Superman. So this is another book that very much interests me. I'm definitely going to be checking this out very much, because like I said, it's a Superman, but he's from a different country, and a different culture, different
Mm-hmm.
ethnicity, and things like that. I like that.
Yep.
DC's trying something new with different ethnicities and backgrounds. So I'm liking that. That really caught me. Very much interests me when Mr. Yang was talking about it. Anybody
Mm-hmm.
else? Yay? No? No?
Yeah,
I'm picking it up.
definitely. I definitely think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and I'll pick it up too. It's just to add on to your thing. Yeah, the nationality is really cool, and I'm glad that they're doing it. And it's kind of fits me off in another thing, but we can talk about that later with a certain squad.
It makes me wonder,
But
especially with Superman, is
yeah.
I'm hoping that he's not the only superhero in Shanghai. It makes me wonder, will DC reintroduce another all-Asian team by the name of the Great Ten? And that'd be really cool
Oh
to
yeah.
introduce them
Yeah,
back into it. So I would like that.
or
Uh,
they could like start doing like their own version of like Trinity and all. But one other thing that really interests me about the title is that they say that the way that he gets his powers is that he gets like Superman's powers and heart and everything. That's interesting, and also the fact of his name. He apparently chooses to go by Superman, just with a hyphen.
I think this could be DC's answer to Miss Marvel. Like, whereas, like, with Kamala, like, it was also a big open door to explore that culture of, being Muslim. We could also really explore Asian culture with this version of Superman.
Bingo. We talked about Titans already. Let's move on to August. Uh, I said this to Kyle last night. I thought Snyder was done with Batman, and turns out he's not done with Batman because
Nope.
he's doing All Star Batman, and he's going to be with Ramita Jr.,
Yeah.
Sean Murphy, and he's going to be redoing a lot of the classic villains. Um, I'm kind of done with Schneider on Batman, so this is a pass for me.
Why?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What happened? What did he say? I didn't hear that.
I said,
It cut out.
why? What did he do that was so bad?
Oh no, nothing bad. I'm
No,
just like
it's just like you're burnt out.
kind
He's
of
been
burnt
on it
out
for
on
so
him.
long.
I was a little burnt out. I'm like, okay, you did what you needed to do. Okay. If
Well,
anybody else wants it, that's fine. But in my opinion, he did what he needed to do for Batman. But he said in the line, there was characters he still wanted to play with. Pause on that one too. but you know, he didn't get a chance to.
But
Uh,
they did show in his like teaser image some of the villains. So I think for me personally, because there's just so many titles coming out, and unlike Snyder, and looks like he's staying with DC for a while. I
Yeah, he's
doubt that
exclusive now too.
uh, he's exclusive, and he signed like a multi-year contract. So they said you're going to be writing DC characters for us for a while, which I noticed. They said DC characters. They didn't say Batman. So I can't wait to see what he does after he leaves the Bat family. But for this one, it looks like it's going to be Snyder stays and other writers come in for different arcs.
No,
But
it's
No,
Snyder.
it's different
And
artists. It's
artists
different
come,
artists.
different artists
that's
come,
what I was saying.
No,
I
you said
said,
writers.
good writers.
oh, then that was just a slip. Sorry. But different artists will come in, like Jacques. I really liked it when Snyder and Jacques were working together. So I will mainly probably trade wait for this if it's good.
Let's see. The only one I'm really, because if he can redeem Mr. Freeze, because I hated what they did to Mr. Freeze in New
Yeah,
52.
New
He
Mr.
can
52
be
Freeze,
Freeze is
my
just a creep.
favorite Bat villain. I'm good.
Mr.
I'll read that issue alone just to read that. This is,
Mr. Freeze was in
I'm gonna
the
skip it.
teaser.
yeah.
I'm gonna skip it mainly because I don't like a majority of the artists except for Jacques and Sean Murphy. I don't like it, and I really don't like Ramita Jr. I'm not a fan, to be honest. The only place I see his art working is Kick-Ass. Like I have nothing against the man, but the only book where he really works is Kick-Ass.
Well, he's not like his father. A lot of people say he's not like his father, where they can read anything his father draws of.
Oh,
That's not, no, I'm saying that's legit. That's legit. Um,
I just mean that's going to be a
for me
big
to,
dig to him.
yeah,
I like him for the most part. I just, you guys can hear me, right?
yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I like him for the most part, not on Avengers, because I just think he's always said in the Daredevil commentary they did for the movie. He said his style, the Deadline style, what's out is out, and Avengers is too much for him. But I liked him on Spider-Man. I just don't like how he draws females personally. I just
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
guys,
true.
I don't know. I just don't like how he writes females. I'm not writes draws because I don't know. They look off to me.
And Catwoman is one of the villains that he will be working with.
He's got really
Snyder.
blocky artwork. I just don't like how blocky his artwork is.
He does water scenes really well, though. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, he does.
When it's raining, and he really
Yeah,
does a good job with that. I
he,
like that.
he does the rain effect very well. Yeah.
Okay. We talked about Batgirl, Birds of Prey. Of course, another character coming back. DC, don't screw this up again. You tried before, but you screwed them up. Blue Beetles coming back,
My boy.
and Keith Giffen is writing with Scott Collins artwork, but it's gonna be told from two Blue Beetles. So, boy, Ted Kord is coming back.
And mentoring.
As mentoring Jaime, and I'm cool with this. It's just I'm not a big Scott Collins artwork fan. I really am not. I really am not. It just that once I saw who was drawing it, I'm like, oh, really? He's drawing it?
What is it? No, don't tell me it's a Tracer. Is it the Tracer? It's
It's
not
Scott.
him, is it?
No, Scott Collins. He's doing the
Oh,
artwork.
okay. I thought you were about to tell me it was Greg Land. I was about to freak
Oh,
out.
he was
Ooh.
doing it. Hell no.
I was.
Collins, his artwork it's not horrible. It's just very cartoony. That's the way I look at it. Very cartoony.
I think cartoony could work for Jaime though.
Yeah, but there are times where I think I don't want to see Jaime as too cartoony. I really don't. I want to see him drawn with a sense of, this is a kid with a suit of armor that is similar to the Guyver unit or something like that, and it should be looking very epic looking in a sense. I don't know, you see what I'm going at? It just kind of feels
Yeah.
that I wish somebody else was on it. Keith Giffen, I'm fine with the writing. It's just
Yeah,
Scott.
Keith Giffen writes a good Ted Cord. I was surprised that DeMatteis isn't with him though. Usually DeMatteis is with Giffen.
So yeah, I'm not saying anything really bad, but it's just that's just not saying I wouldn't. I'm not going to check it out, but it's Scott Collins artwork that kind of okay. I'll give it a shot. Just it's not the artist alone that will kick me off. Well, let me rephrase that because it is an artist, and I just said his name.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely there is an artist that can keep me off a book, and the saddest thing is about it, I got a lot of stuff with that. Yeah, but I'm fine with it. I'm just glad Jaime's coming back. I'm just hoping DC will keep the ball rolling with this time around because they tried with New 52 and then they just went through and down.
I think this could be cool. This could finally be DC's chance to make Jaime into DC's answer to Spider-Man, which I always felt like he could be had the potential to be, and I find it ironic because a lot of people are saying that currently now Peter Parker is essentially Ted Kord.
Yeah, it pretty much is. And bringing back Ted Kord, which I really wish they didn't kill off, was like, no, when they killed him off, when Maxwell Lord shot him, like, fuck! I was like, and and then what happens again? Maxwell Lord comes back and shoots Jaime the same way, but it's not Jaime survived. You guys have Maxwell Lord. That was so. I'm glad that they're bringing him back. Would even cooler if it was all 3 Blue Beetles back. I would have been like,
So
yeah.
basically, you got Indiana Jones Blue Beetle, Scientist Blue Beetle, and you got Max Steel Blue Beetle.
They could have been almost. This is a wrestling term, but evolution. You got past. You got past. The present and current or something like that. Yeah.
Past, present, future.
Future. There you go. I'm trying to get it wrong. Next up, definitely is Cyborg is coming back. And this one really interests me because of the fact that who's writing it. We got John Seperter. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. This is the same guy who was behind cartoons like Spider-Man, the animated series back in the 90s, Static Shock. And the way he approached, the way he was giving his pitch made me really like, okay, that is a very good pitch for Victor. Where does the machine end? Where does the human side end? I'm like, yeah, a singularity. I'm like, yeah, I like that pitch. And then when he started talking about he's going to be a black man living in Detroit, I was like, yeah, you can't forget about Victor is African American. Let's not forget that. And especially in Detroit, which has had its bad times nowadays. Yeah, let's put it like that. And I got nothing but love for Motown, but yeah, you guys are seeing some bad times right now. It sucks. But I really wish they kind of it really feels good. But then it's just like Walker, they don't even mention Walker.
I'm gonna disagree with you on Walker, Chris. I personally wasn't a fan of Walker's run, mostly because I feel like they didn't do enough human stuff with Cyborg. They kind of only strictly focused on the superhero stuff, and I feel like they didn't have enough moments with Victor just being Victor. So
I can agree with you on that one. I definitely agree. Yeah,
so that's why I had a problem with it.
They did focus a little too much with the superhero. I mean, Victor was dealing with the invasion. Then when they started going into this whole route where we're currently, last thing I read was where the government was saying your body belongs to us. So I'm like, yeah, what the? I'm like stuff like that. But hopefully, Mr. Sepper can turn that around and give it more of to showcase also the humanity side of Vic Stone and. Not just keep shoveling the cybernetic, the machine, the inorganic in our faces. You know,
Yep.
That's
that's
why this pitch has me more interested than Walker's did.
hmm
Yeah. What got me? One of the things that got me was just like with Aquaman. They gave us a little sneak peek at like a more human scene where it was about him and music.
right. Yeah, I like that too. When he talked about the music, I like that. That was really good.
Yeah, just basically finish out my thoughts is yeah, he had a really good pitch. It's just with the strength of titles going in and all the titles, this one is just on the wait and see pile for me. No offense to the artist or writer, it's just there's tons of stuff coming out, so some of it's gonna have to be put on the back burner.
Okay. So this is a wait and see for you.
Yes.
Okay. Um, nothing for you, right, Kyle?
No, no, no.
All right. What about Deathstroke, guys? I'm a big Christopher Priest fan. I loved his Black Panther run. I always have.
Christian
Um,
Peach was good at Black Panther.
um, and
No.
I didn't mind his earlier with his stuff for Valiant Comics was good, but this I'm not. This is not really gonna bring me on board with Slade. I mean, I like what they did with Slade when Tony Daniels took over. I was really interested because that I was reading. I was like, okay,
That got boring for me because that ended up just becoming Brave and the Bold featuring Deathstroke because all it was guest star after guest star after guest star after
no.
guest
I'm
star.
talking about in the beginning of the run. I
Oh
was
yeah.
liking the beginning definitely, but then when they started, yeah, then I kind of let go of it. But this one, I don't. Anybody who likes Deathstroke, I like Deathstroke too. Don't get me wrong. I've gone on record. He's one of my favorite DC villains. But I'm just not really sold on another title for him, and see what are they going to do differently with this
Yeah.
that hasn't been done already.
Like I said, the only way they could get me to read a Deathstroke title is if Marv Wolfman was writing it.
Take the batter up there.
uh, well, actually, I'm kind of similar to Jay. I'm not really feeling it, but there is one thing that would bring me in, but it doesn't sound like they're doing it. But it's something different. It's character. They brought in a character. One
Oh, if you're
certain
talking about
character.
Rose, she's on the cover.
Yeah, she's on the
Uh,
cover. Yeah.
well then, it's wait and see then.
I won't. I like that they're gonna be Carlos Palayan. Yeah, I hope I'm saying his name right. I like his artwork. You know, his artwork is intense. I like that. But still, it's no disrespect to Mr. Priest. It's just that I just don't think I'm gonna give this a shot. But the next thing I'm definitely gonna give because I'm a fan of hers, and so far these two have just done a good job with her and Miss Connor and Mr. Jimmy P. Harley Quinn. Definitely gonna stay on board with that.
Yep.
Yeah, see that pillow. Um, they're still gonna just continue to do what they've done with Harley. Yeah, they're gonna make her look more like the Harley that we're getting in the Suicide Squad.
Margot Robbie is sexy, so I don't mind.
Yeah, I got no problem with it. You know, they're gonna take some influences from the movies. Uh, and yeah, we know that Amanda Connor is going to be. She's now exclusive to DC, and I'm not really big on exclusivity with people as much. I kind of feel that they should spread their treasure to every corner. That's just me personally. Um,
Well, the thing that piqued me about that
Let me interrupt.
was
I'm not finished, please.
I was just gonna add that. Sorry.
I had to get that out. Big ups to former member Ian Waller. The other thing is, I actually tweeted her on Twitter, actually, and I wanted to make sure it was like, okay, you're exclusive to DC. I was like, so does that mean your title's like Super Zero? You're not gonna be doing that no more? And I haven't heard back from her yet, but I'm
Indie,
thinking
indie
that
titles
it's
don't count.
yeah,
Indie
that's
titles
what I'm
don't count.
thinking. Okay, now you can go.
Oh, I was just going to talk about the deal, that's all.
Oh,
I was just going to say that the thing that piqued me about the deal is she admitted that she has to have 3 titles,
yeah,
and they only talked about one.
right. And she's an artist too, so
Yeah, she's probably going to draw for the other two.
yeah.
Unless they do a Power... If they do a Power Girl book, though, they got to have her on there.
She says that we're gonna have more guest stars and things like that. So more Ivy, more Power Girl. All right, cool. Um, this is a major. I speak for me and Jay. Definitely, this is on the
Yep.
poll. I'm not sure about Kyle.
No,
No.
it's just Lady Deadpool for DC. So no, I'm good. And I don't like Deadpool either. So
That's understandable. I mean, she is very much kind of like the Lady Deadpool for DC. I
And
understand that argument.
And my thing with picking it up is I hadn't had money to do it, but I like Harley, and I've heard good things, so I might get it as like a good jumping on point.
speaking of that, with Harley, we move on to Suicide Squads. Rob Williams, Jim Lee.
Skip.
I've never really been a big hardcore Suicide Squad in terms of collecting. I know their legacy, I know what they are about, but this just seems more fanfare for the movie. Especially the lineup just instantly. Once I saw the lineup, some of the members, I was like, instantly pay off for the movie. I'm just like,
Why is Katana on this team?
yeah, I'm gonna see this movie, but it's just like, yeah, I don't need this. Yeah, Katana is just like, why is she there? I'm like, I don't get that one. So that's a
Yeah.
pass for me. That's another pass.
Um,
A pass for everybody or no?
yeah,
Pretty much.
I don't. Yeah.
yeah, it's passed for me too. The
Yeah,
fact that
I only actually own one issue of Suicide Squad, and that's because of Oracle's first appearance is in it.
the fact that they keeping some of the members of the team secret piques me a little, but yeah, no, pass for me. But I will say, going back to what I said earlier, which something that kind of pissed me off about a certain squad is if we can have the Chinese Superman, why can't we have Katana go back to Japan? Because a lot of things have happened recently in Japan, so her going back home would be interesting to see.
Okay.
Oh, and Jay says in the Philly Superman Jay says in the comments that Connor doesn't have to necessarily. It doesn't mean that Connor has to work on 3 titles. It just means she has to either here and there she has to do some art for a title here, 2 other titles here and there. It doesn't mean she has a recurring 2 other recurring titles. It just means she has 2 other jobs she could possibly do.
Right.
I get you.
Next, definitely we talked about Red Hood. Everybody said what they wanted. Supergirl coming back. Steve Orlando.
I'm mixed on this one.
Jay told me he's mixed on this one. I'm in for this because I haven't read a Supergirl, new Supergirl in a while. The only thing I'm a little bit is that Cyborg Superman is going to be Zor-El. I'm like,
See,
okay.
this is exactly why I'm mixed on this one. All right. So, Chris, we've talked about this before.
Right.
You dropped Supergirl, but I stayed on it. I stayed on it for a long time, and this exact story was told in the New 52, like down to Cyborg Superman taking her back to Krypton. I'm like, this is the exact same story you guys already told. This isn't anything different. I thought it was going to be fun again, but it looks like it's the same thing. And the art looks great, but the story lost me. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to give it like 3 issues, and then if it doesn't impress me, I'm going to drop it.
Okay.
Well, you know what? To quote Steve, sorry you feel that.
Uh, this is a pass for you, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm not. No, yeah, I'm not picking this up. So I
And Brian, you're gonna wait and see, right?
Yeah, but I probably will be asking for updates from Jay because I really like the character of Kara. So I will be tuning in for
Tara.
updates with him. But hey, I'm from the South.
No,
But
my bad. It's just people who watch TV show kind of annoy me when
I
they think that's how it's supposed to be said.
hey Jeremy, nerd. Just
I get you. But anyway, I liked her in the cartoon, and then I liked her in comics, and I like her on the show. So I'll probably be getting updates from Jay, but
Can you pass me my jacket real quick? Sorry about that.
I'm just waiting to see.
My charger. Next up, okay. The next one that also interests me is another Superman super family title, and that's Superwoman. By Phil Jimenez. I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
Phil Jimenez. Phil
Jimenez,
Jimenez.
thank you. And he's gonna be writing and he's gonna be doing artwork for it.
His artwork is great.
Yeah, and I'm kind of convinced this is Lucy Lang. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Just kind of the background just gives me off that this military-esque vibe. I'm like, okay, is this Lucy Lang or but this very much interests me again. Like I said, the Superman titles really interest me, guys. They are more than the Bat titles, and that's saying a lot. Um, yeah, saying a lot. But this is
Huh.
definitely for me. Anybody else?
no.
No.
I'm getting it, especially if it's Lucy. Also, Jay just told us that apparently Supergirl in the book will be in National City, and Cat Grant will also be in the book, but she won't be like she is in the show.
Okay. All right.
Huh. But my thing for Superwoman is Lucy does sound appealing if it is Lucy, but yeah, there's just so many, so maybe I'm at a maybe.
So basically, we can put you down for maybe for everything, right?
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
I've been saying stuff like Batman and Titans and Nightwing. I've been saying that I get it. And action, I've had a few that I've said that I'm gonna definitely pick up. I've had
Uh,
several.
okay. This one I know for sure. I heard Kyle talk about. Definitely told me. The Trinity by
Yeah.
Francis Manipool
Francis
and
Manapul and
Clayman.
Clayman.
Clayman's artwork is fucking amazing. If anybody's ever read Ninjak,
No, you need to
God
look
damn,
at you need to
artwork is
look at that. You need to look at that Poison Ivy series. That Poison
yeah,
Ivy
that's
series
another
is
one too. His artwork
breathtaking.
is beautiful. Francis Manifold, love his writing, and I would love to see how he would play off with the Trinity. Definitely. So
Oh
this is
yeah.
Man,
definitely a something. And
Manapul's artwork is also beautiful, like
yeah,
in his own right.
he's
Like,
gonna be
oh
doing
man.
artwork too, like for
And just uh, having a Trinity book is exciting again.
yeah. We haven't had one since oh man.
I want to say
350.
early
I think 350.
2000s or late 90s.
Yeah, well, I'll just say pre-52. We haven't had one. Uh,
I just want to say basically my thoughts are copy and paste, and looking forward to it. I am definitely gonna pick it up, but this, along with a couple other things that we've been talking about, kind of starts itching that like T 2K DC Prime, someone spying in on us kind of vibe because we have yet to put it out. But Chris came up with
Wait,
the
was it
idea
Alana?
for
Alana
Trinity
was
Time.
the one that I thought Alana was the one that pitched. No, it was Morgan. It
no,
was either Alana or Morgan.
Morgan's doing Trinity.
Yeah, sorry.
Morgan's doing Trinity.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's writing. She's gonna write the Trinity book.
yeah, but it's like we pitch it, then they pitch it. It's getting a little scratching that little bug. And
That's
Marvel does it way more often though. Marvel is way more guilty of that.
okay. So now August. That was all August. September, we have Batman Beyond comes back, and Dan Jurgens is writing it. Bernard Chang, Ryan Sook, and the return of Terry McGinnis. I've kind of fallen off of the
Yeah,
Batman Beyond comics. I really have.
I'm gonna skip
Um,
it.
Nothing against them. It's just I really, everybody was pissed off when Batman Beyond came back and it wasn't Terry, and now we got him
The
back.
the only Batman Beyond comics I've liked is Kyle Higgins. So if it was Kyle Higgins, I might have picked it up.
So this is. I heard a lot of the gang from the Frontline family say this. They were just. A lot of them were saying the same thing. I know Kat said I don't care. I think she said I don't care. I'm not really a big fan of.
Cat's never been into the cartoon though. She doesn't like futuristic stories. So yeah, I figured Cat wasn't gonna be into it.
Um, Kyle, you like Batman Beyond, did you? Or no, right? If I remember, you said you didn't like it.
No, I loved Batman Beyond. I just don't want to read a comic book on it. I would rather just have another season.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I
I would
don't
take a
want
cartoon
to.
over a comic any day.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, so I won't read it. No offense to. I think Dan Jurgens is writing it.
Mm-hmm.
So no offense. No offense to the man. I'm just not interested. So
Let's see. Then they got this
Um,
Justice. Oh, okay. Who I forgot. Sorry, go, Brian.
it's okay. I was just gonna say pretty much same as the guys. Only thing that would get me to maybe pick it up is if they finally started like expanding on the mythos of the world and we found out about the what happened with other heroes in the world, like a Green Lantern 20. I mean, bleh.
You mean basically the Justice League Beyond team?
I meant the characters that we haven't seen before, like Green Arrow, and like what happened with him and what happened with the Amazons. That's the only way that they'll get me is if they get to more of the mythos of the world as a whole.
Okay, I see how you go. I see. Of course, then there's this Justice League America. It doesn't say of America, just says
That
Justice
was
League.
that one's totally blank, and my pipe dream, that's the one Gail's on.
You're gonna make me blush on that one, man. Please, God. She's on that. I swear to. Oh, okay. Next up, Super Sons, which is Chris Burns, Dennis Culver, and
Oh, they actually put a team on this one? I
yeah,
didn't see a team last time.
and it's basically the sons of Batman and Superman on it. Basically, uh, the Damian and Jonathan.
Yep.
So,
Big Head. Damian Big Head,
yeah,
as Mel.
Question.
Damian Bighead.
Damian Big Head Wayne.
Damian Bighead Wayne. Yeah.
Like, which one is Dame?
He does have a huge forehead when you think
Big
about
ass
it.
head.
No, because Malcolm always says like you tell it's Damien because he got a big head, and
His head is always
his head is
big.
always big.
He has a huge forehead also. I kind of just realized that.
They throw Jimmy
Question.
Yes.
What happened to Connor?
I'm pretty sure he's going to be next wave.
Yeah, I'm.
They're not going to get rid of the Johns Titans team. They're probably going to do
let's
something
see.
else.
And
That would be
last
good.
but not least, for what was announced, because we kind of talked about all the other stuff out of is Teen Titans, which is written by Ben Percy.
Nope.
And Joe, am I saying his name right? Joe Boy Myers.
Yeah,
Boy.
John
John
Boy Myers.
So we got the lineup pretty much of the
The
current
animated
movie
movie.
that's about to come out of Justice League versus Teen Titans. We got Damian Bighead. We got Raven. We got Starfire, Beast Boy, and Wally West. So there's 5 members. I'm I'm gonna skip that one. I'm definitely skipping that one. I'm definitely skipping that one.
I have to try it. Like
I
I'm
might try
obligated
it.
to at least
A
try
reason
it.
why, and this is the reason why. Corey. That's the only reason why.
I've got two, Corey and Wally. I mean, Wally's my boy.
Yeah, even
I got
if it's
try
not, even though they've changed Wally, but yeah, and he's in the classic Kid Flash look. But
Yeah, he's not in that stupid Brett Booth Silver Tron Kid Flash look that they tried to do in Venditti's
yeah,
little future vision crap.
You know what? Let me take that back. I'll give it a try. But the concept, what they're saying is, Damian tries to lead the team and the team don't like it. I'm like,
my sister didn't like it.
yeah. So we're gonna see little Big Head have a problem with the other members. Like, you're not leading
I
anybody.
mean, he did this the first time he came across the Titans.
Remember?
He bitch slapped Beast Boy. He bitch slapped Beast Boy and said, "You've got a Peter Pan complex."
Yeah, he came in. John's run, I believe, is late before the 100th issue. He came in and started critiquing every member. He critiqued Beast Boy, who came back on the team because he didn't like where Cassie was leading.
Doing. Yeah.
And he's like, we got this, and we got a guy on this team who has a Peter Pan complex. I was like, okay. But yeah, he tried this before, but once I looked at that lineup, I'm like, why does this look like the lineup for the Justice League versus Teen Titans lineup? I was like,
only person missing is Jaime.
Yeah, it's Jaime. That's it. And Wally should be off the team, but other than that, it's pretty much that is it. Now I got my rant. Okay, so you can come out now if you want, dude.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh man.
Oh no! Wait! Hurricane's coming. Oh,
Put on your parka.
I'm gonna go get some root beer. I'll be right
Want to
back.
come out or not?
Get
No.
in your bunker.
Nope. Real?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I could do it. I was a little bit disappointed. Very disappointed that a certain writer wasn't announced, and I had a little problem with that. People was in the comment section on the Frontline video when I came in and said hello to everybody. Everybody started popping it in. Chris, hey kid, no Gale. That just started pissing me off. Getting pissed off, and everybody knows I'm a huge Gail Simone fan. I'm a fanboy. I don't give a damn. Everybody calls me that, but no Auntie Gail, and that was just like, ugh.
Is she like not confirmed on anything? Like not even like
No. She says she has a title. She's just very hush hush about it. Same with Meredith Finch. Meredith Finch also says she has a title, but she can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So this is like re-rage on the first wave of titles that Chris is gonna have, basically.
So that was definitely I really was hoping Gail was in the first wave.
Also, they did not mention some titles that they have confirmed they're going to do later on, which are New Gods, Earth 2, Shazam.
Yeah, you talked about Earth 2. They talked about JSA and this and Shazam.
John is probably going to be on JSA.
I'm not saying that fucking name. Okay. I didn't say the S word. I said Captain Marvel. I'm not calling him by that name. But
you will.
I won't. I won't.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna be like Bruce from Batman vs Superman. Oh shit. So I'll never call him by that name. But bottom line, for this wave, titles, guys, I'm definitely on my pull. But I was just a little bit you could see me rage more on my vid with the whole Gales. I actually got
that's gonna be fun.
I got other stuff on there. I might have to edit it a little bit more, but
you should do what Daffy does in his video where you do a scream and you zoom in like that.
But other than that, no, it's good. Is there any questions from the viewers out there? This is Q&A time now. You can start asking us questions.
All right, yeah, I'll be monitoring the comments. You guys can go ahead and fire off your questions.
Yeah,
All right.
we wrap this up. So let's
Before
go.
we do though, I just want to bring up one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we maybe going to talk about like things we want to see from Wave 2?
I already said my stuff. I want to see a JSA. I want to see where. Who was the other one I wanted to see? I actually want to see. Definitely want to see Zatanna. Where is Lady Z at?
Zatanna needs a book.
I want to. Where's Dr. Fate?
And get him out of that damn hoodie. Get Dr. Fate out of that damn hoodie.
Let's see. Where's Martian? Where's Martian? Where's let me see what else I want to say real quick.
His cousin?
Who?
His cousin?
You mean his niece?
That's what I meant. Sorry, Flash.
Ms. Martian.
Hello, Megan.
Oh no.
Stop. No, Kyle, stop right there.
No way.
Even though
I think for me, other than that, I want to see where Batwing is definitely. If they do a Batwing whip, I want it to be both of them in it.
Okay, so we got a couple questions.
Right.
So DN asked thoughts on Gale doing a Stargirl book in the second wave of titles.
Hey, dude, who said that?
That was DNGN.
I don't give a fuck who it is. She's right. I don't care. I'll read it.
I'll be happy because I'm a Stargirl fan, but
yeah. I really don't care.
I like Stargirl.
Something.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm not a big fan of Resurrection Man, but if she's writing it, I'm gonna read it.
I personally, I'm shooting for. I like my big dream for Gale is JLA. I want her to do either JLA, JSA, or possibly I would want her to do stuff with the Marvel family. With especially, can you imagine? Could you imagine her doing Mary Marvel?
Oh
man.
I just want to throw out two other titles for her that I thought about. How would it be if she did like a Titans East?
Oh man! If they did like Serena's pitch and it was an all-female Titans group.
Oh, dude, I do got them hard.
I would read the shit out of that.
You know what, dude?
What?
What's weird is Serena's lineup for the team would fit Gale perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
I
would totally.
But the other one is what if she did like this universe's version of The Outsiders?
Huh? I could accept that. Metamorpho and Geoforce, all of them.
Maybe even bring in someone like Speedy.
If they actually bring her back and they don't just disregard her because they had her for one fucking story arc and they just completely forget about her.
You guys got to move on.
Jay, you were a bit salty, huh?
Yeah, we need to move on.
Dude, you guys gonna make me.
I'm as salty as a giant pretzel, Kyle.
All right, let's open the wound. Come on. Come on.
You guys this on myself with her. Okay, move on.
Okay, so what else we got here? John says DC keeps teasing the Legion, teasing about stuff about the Legion. Do you think Jeff Johns could do the Legion, or who would you like to see?
I think he will do the Legion.
He loves the Legion.
Which he's talking about the Legion of Superheroes, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. John's he's a busy man, but he always finds time to write some stuff. I'm like,
man,
that's commitment. If he came on to do the Legion, I've never really been a big avid reader of theirs, of that team, but I have respect for the team. I have my favorite Legion.
I only really liked Legion when it was Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I never actually just read a regular Legion of Superheroes book.
I had my favorite Legionnaire is Timberwolf. I've always loved Timberwolf. Him and
I'm a
and
fan of Saturn Girl. I like
that
Saturn
was the
Girl.
other one. And Saturn Girl I love too. But uh, if he wrote it, I'd give it a shot. Like, okay, let's see what he can do that nobody else has done with it. Um,
I still want him to come back on JSA though, because his JSA run was pretty badass.
mhm.
And he did make it clear in the live stream that he loves um,
He
obscure
mentioned
characters.
Crimson. He mentioned Crimson Avenger twice. I was like, there has to be a reason.
And
He's
he kind of dicked us over with the fact that he non-announced an Adam Strange book.
And then he also tweeted a couple months ago. He's like, man, I really miss writing the JSA.
Mm,
So,
so,
Oh,
what's the next question?
all right. So what else we got? GM says Vic Sage needs to return. How would you guys want to see it happen?
The question. Actually, if they brought the question back, I still would want it to be remain Montoya. Actually, I loved her as the question. Uh,
actually, if they brought her back, if they brought Question, I'd kind of want to see it like Blue Beetle, where
Question should be on detective. If
where
Renee
it
if Renee is back, she should go on detective.
yeah, she should. If
Well,
Renee,
my idea for Question, sorry, is just I just want to finish it. It's Vic helping train Renee.
why?
I could see that.
I can see it a
But I
little bit.
mean,
You don't
yeah, but I
really.
mean, yeah, I mean, she's already a pretty seasoned detective. I mean, it's not Jaime. It's different because he's an inexperienced kid. Renee's a grown ass woman.
Well, I mean, well, I could see it as
That's
kind of, I could see it as kind of him coming in as like helping her
I
along the
would
way.
actually make it a team book where it's called the questions.
Yep, that would be good too. And
Question.
and if they wanted to, they could maybe even bring in a third question if they did that.
So yeah, but I would
Okay, so
moving on.
the last question I see here is also from DNG, and he says, any predictions on how the JLA book is going to turn out, and how it's going to how it will possibly relate to the JL book, the main JL book. Like I said, if anything, my pipe dream is that Gale's on this one.
I'm wondering if it's gonna be another team. Um, that characters we haven't seen, like
Hmm.
people like Vibe. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind bringing.
I wonder if it's going to be like the pre-52 version where it had like Jesse Quick and you
Yeah,
know
Jesse. Dick Grayson, Batman, Donna Troy, Jesse Quick, Jade. But or I
man,
don't know, there's so many.
Jade needs to come back.
Well,
She
They
needs to
would
come
have
back.
to find some how to because Alan Scott is totally different now, and it's just like. But they've
I
always said
mean,
that they would have to find a different way of bringing in his children, Obsidian and Jade. I just want Jade back. That's my girl right there.
yeah,
yeah, and
I don't honestly care about Obsidian to be honest, but Jade is cool.
I know. One thing I will say for sure is that logo that they gave for JSA seemed very like corporate or militaristic.
It's pretty much no. That's literally just copied and pasted Brian Hitch's JLA logo from his JLA series. They were
Huh.
that lazy. They were that lazy where
That
they didn't even.
lazy.
Well, thank goodness, because for a while there I was thinking, what if they tried to do like one of the Justice League stories where it's Lex Luthor sets up his own, and I was
So,
Okay,
like,
they,
so
so
but
basically, Luther's gonna be doing
so
his
like an Infinity Inc. kind of
Infinity
thing.
Inc. again. Or
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
Oh,
don't know
that
if
could
I'd
be
like
cool.
that.
that could be a thing that you got something right there. That could work. That
Yeah,
could be
that could be
probably what it
cool.
is.
That'd be
Where
pretty interesting.
Luthor, because remember he's thinking Superman now, so it's like,
So maybe he makes his own just. Oh,
hey,
man,
yeah, see, that could be.
that's a really interesting idea.
Hmm. Any other
So
questions?
here's a weird one. Here's a weird one. I mean, not saying that this is, but do you got? I think the Wonder Twins could use a book. What do you guys think?
If they
I've
can,
never, I've never really been into them, so I
ah,
have no.
DC has always tried to update them, give them a better feel. And the thing about it is you look at the Wonder Twins, uh, it's just like they're kind of weird
But
because
didn't they turn the one didn't they turn the Wonder Twins into Marvin? They turned it Marvin and Wendy, which are the Proxy and her brother, right? Aren't they the modern take on the Wonder Twins, or is that a whole different
no,
thing?
no. But there was the only thing, what problem thing with the Wonder Twins is, with me is in a sense is that when they change, one turns into cool things like animals and stuff like that.
The other one
The
turns
other one
into water.
go in the water, and it's like I know, yeah, you can. Water is a powerful element, true. No, but it's just like, what if somebody is made of fire and just makes evaporate that fool? Like,
Yep.
so it's like, but the
I
way
mean, he could turn into
remember how they
steam.
did
He
it?
could like choke them.
Remember how they did it on Justice League when they were on? They kind of paid homage to them on Justice League, the cartoon, where they were those pale white.
Oh yeah.
Those they looked cool then. Um, it
Um.
would they would really have to be really redone for me to really
Yeah.
get back into them actually.
Yeah. Isn't Are they still doing? Are they keeping the JLA 3000 thing?
No,
No, probably
that's
not.
ended. That's ended.
Because Giffin's just doing Jaime now.
Well,
Okay,
the reason
another
why
one.
I said
Oh, my bad.
it's okay. I was just gonna say the reason why I mentioned that is because they were on there. A version of them was on there.
No,
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
right. They
so one other team that John mentioned, and this one is actually one I would like to see is what about a Doom Patrol book? I would be down for a Doom Patrol book.
Oh.
Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
That's one I think Scott Snyder could do because because he could approach this from like a horror angle, especially if you look at some of the members like Mr. Negative Man, like
Mental.
Mento,
Yeah.
um, and Robot Man, and you could. I mean, if
Alaska
you're
woman.
not gonna do if you're not gonna do the Outsiders, you could even put Metamorpho on there. That could be cool.
Alaska woman. She's awesome. That
Yep.
team is, as long as you've got the core, that team could be really good in someone's hands and could explore some really obscure characters.
And really weird. Like it could be really, really trippy, especially if they got a really good artist.
I'll tell you one person that I'm kind of missing, but that's just a personal thing, and he could fit on the Doom Patrol though, honestly, and that is Creeper.
Oh, I could see that. Like
Creeper.
the good guy version of Creeper. Yeah.
Yeah, the Outsiders Creeper.
Oh, the Justice League Unlimited version was Shifter and Downpour. Okay,
Oh,
so that's what they were called. The Wonder Twins homage characters for Justice League Unlimited.
oh, Shifter and Denfor. Cool.
All right, are there any more? I'm looking to see if there are any more questions.
no one says no to me.
No one says no to me.
Hmm.
Sorry, guys, viewers, if I'm not as hyper as before. I had to sit through 3 hours of torture today. So.
Yeah, Kyle saw.
Oh man, Kyle just got back from
Uh,
BBS, so that's
I'm
why
not
he's in
spoiling
such a
by
dour
it.
mood.
no spoilers, please.
Don't worry, no,
Everyone dies at the end.
he's just explaining why he's not as hyped right now.
I get you. Um,
What is it? We got DNGN says Jade can't come back because she's too badass to be in Cruz's shadow.
Who?
He says Jade can't come back right now because she'd be way too badass to stay in to be in Cruz's shadow, like
Mm.
as a lantern.
Jessica Cruz.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder. I wonder if, since Jessica's there, wonder if we'll see any more of the society.
Well, also with something back to the Green Lanterns. Do you guys think Sinestro's daughter will become a Green Lantern again? Because right now she's leading the Yellow Corps, but do you think Serenic, how do you pronounce her name?
Wait. Whoa. Wait.
She's leading.
Serenic
yeah.
Natu is where?
She's leading the Yellow Corps in the Sinestro book.
What?
Yeah.
I thought man.
Yeah, her father passed the reins, and she's leading the Yellow Corps currently, and she's actually trying to find a 2814 representative for the Yellow Corps. Yeah, I'm still reading Sinestro.
Man, really? Man, I thought man, Daddy must have poisoned her mind. Shit. I always thought she would stay with the.
Drinking too much of the Kool-Aid.
Guess what? Yeah. Finally, I guess Daddy got what she wanted.
She wanted.
In a perfect world, we could maybe see like what they did with Guy, where she's got 2 rings.
I liked her. I honestly think she was Kyle's best girlfriend. Out of all the countless women that Kyle Rayner's dated over the years, I liked her. I liked him and Sinestro's daughter.
Well, any last question before we wrap this up?
Okay, the last one is John wants to know: do you think they're gonna bring? Would you like to see them bring back Sandman? Now, I don't know which Sandman you're talking about. Are you talking about the JSA Sandman, or are you talking about the Neil Gaiman Sandman? Because that Sandman belongs in Vertigo, and I don't think should be brought into DC at all.
But I would love to see Sandy come in for like Earth 2 or JSA. I'd love to see him come back.
Yeah, the actual like the old school Sandman.
Right,
I could see.
There's a character right here, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to see back so badly, and it pisses me off he's not here. Mr. Wildcat.
Oh yeah.
I miss Wildcat. I miss Ted Grant. I miss him. I miss the seasoned vet that he is.
And they left a bad taste with us with his appearance on Arrow.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Don't talk about that. Don't you talk about that. Don't you dare talk about that. Don't you dare. Is that it? That's all of it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess we can wrap up.
Yeah, okay, guys. Thank you for watching. This is the YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for hanging out with us. More down the line, we got our next roundtable coming up when every member of the group has seen the latest movie. Now there are 3 right here who have seen it, and we got a lot to talk about for that movie.
That's an understatement.
Or not.
From what little I've heard, because I've tried to stay away from spoilers, it sounds like it could be even longer than our recent Daredevil talk.
It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna definitely.
If you haven't watched our Daredevil Season 2 roundtable, go check that out. Please vote for the weekly series on this channel, Versus Smash with a Twist. There are 2 up already, so you go there and vote. If you.
Or is that? Did you put up some new? Did you put up new ones?
No, I didn't put up the next one yet. I'm gonna put that up real soon. Follow us, guys. You know where you can follow us. Most of us are on Facebook. Some of us are on Twitter, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on Tumblr. Uh, Other than that, this is the YouTubers Core signing off for tonight. You guys have a great week. And as always, Jay, end us off with what?
All right, so this has been the YouTuber Score, guys, and like we always say, or like I always say, once comic book geek, always comic book geek. I hope you guys are ready for DC Rebirth. We'll catch you later. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.